So anyways, y'all, I needed like fucking therapy or something, okay? Because I have an even worse obsession with him than I did whenever I first fucking met him. So after the tennis lesson, I couldn't even think about Devin. Like, he was not even a fucking thought in my mind. All I could think about was Ethan. So I tried ignoring Devin for the next few days so I could try and like just figure out what the hell I was going to do, but that didn't work. But at the same time, while I was also trying to figure things out, I was going to every tennis lesson that I could, and Ethan and I were getting super close, and I was joking with him, and I was like, oh, like, you know, you're probably 24, da 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 da. And he's like, no, I actually just turned 18 4 months ago. So I'm like, oh, maybe I have a chance. So then I told him my birthday, and he put it on his calendar so he wouldn't forget, because I turned 17 in less than a month. So after a couple of days of not even seeing or talking to Devin, I thought that, like, you know, everything was clear. Like, I made it clear, I don't want you. Like, it was low-key like I ghosted him, right? But as soon as I was gonna tell him that I don't like him anymore, but when I tried to break things off, I failed tragically, because he was like, I really like you, da-da-da, this and that, and then we hooked up. But I mean, I didn't think it would matter anyways, in all honesty, because I was kidding myself if I really thought that the British dude wanted me in any way whatsoever. Because if he wanted me, he would have made a move by now, right? Right. So I pretty much said to myself, I might as well have fun while I can before I waste all summer thinking about a dude who probably doesn't even want me. You know, I'm gonna give props, because me, I would have thought that he was just trying to play hard to get all summer. So I would have completely wasted my summer pining after him. A guy that doesn't want me. But that's just me. Anyways, Devin was actually there for me. Like, anytime that I needed him, he right at my beck and call pretty much, okay? He even decided to be my partner in all of the activities that we were doing throughout the week. Low-key, at this point, he felt like my real boyfriend. Like, I was ready to commit. Maybe not that part, but he felt like my boyfriend. And there was no way in hell I was going to tell him that, just in case things worked out with my actual husband, who was being very disrespectful and distant at the moment. But him and I, we made each other these super, super cute friendship bracelets, and I was really starting to catch real feelings for Devin, until Mr. Ethan wants to swoop back into my life again. Just kidding. Ethan got sick the one day, so they asked if anybody didn't have a partner, and Ethan like jumped up right away and like offered to be my partner. So that was cute. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of excited because I wanted to figure out if this man liked me or not. So as we're out on the water, things are super awkward because I have no idea what the fuck to talk about. But then he starts blabbing about his fucking life in the UK, wherever the fuck he lived. But then he also started, you know, playing the, what I like to call fuckboy game, telling you everything you want to hear just to get in your pants, you know. And if y'all don't know what those are, it's the, oh my god, you're so beautiful, like, you're like the most special girl in the world I ever met, that shit. Now, even though I knew this is what guys say to get in your pants, I was flattered, okay? But I was also trying to tell myself that I kind of have a boyfriend and that I can't be flirting with this guy. It's just a guy on a boat who doesn't even like me. He doesn't even have 1 ounce of interest in me. So there's no reason to be obsessing. But you can only tell yourself that so many times. So I started flirting back with him, and then we started talking about how he was a really attractive counselor. And then he started laughing and he's like, oh, so that's what I am to you. I told you I was done with the accent. I'm done now, okay? I promise. And then I was like, well, you could be more. And he was like, oh, I heard that you had a boyfriend. I said, so where did you hear that? And I was like, who? And he was like, Devin. So at this point, I want to murder Devin because I am not his girlfriend. He needs to stop telling people that. Anyways, so my jaw drops and I'm like, oh, no, we're just friends. He's like, well, that's not what I heard. Well, clearly you're fucking deaf. So of course, after he tells me that's not what he heard, I had to try and get it out of him to see what the hell everyone was saying. He was like, well, I just heard that you guys were sleeping together, which was not true. We did stuff, but we did not sleep together. So I was able to tell him that that was a lie. So then I told him that Devin and I were literally just friends with benefits. Like, it was literally nothing serious at all. And I don't know why everybody was making it a big deal. Yeah, I played that card. So I told him that we were just friends with benefits, but we stopped being friends with benefits in hopes that he would want to be with me. I'm pathetic, I know. And thankfully, he believed it. He was like, well, you turn 17 soon, so maybe we can work out some type of plan. Whatever the fuck that means. Anyways, he says that and then he gives me a kiss. Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a hoe. Okay, so even though I just did stuff with Devin, I also wanted to do stuff with Ethan. Okay, don't judge me. Once we got back to the dock or whatever, he just straight up walked away and left. Didn't even say bye or anything like that. So now I'm getting mixed signals, and now I'm wondering if I just need to literally kick him to the curb. So on that note, I was not ready to cut Devin off yet. What, for some guy who said some weird shit to me and kissed me and has not been kissing the ground that I walk on? No. So later I went to go and get some snacks with Devin, and then Devin and I kept up this little charade that we had going on, you know, this little flirtationship that was low-key a relationship, but we couldn't tell anybody it was a relationship type sort of thing. And nothing really went on between Ethan and I except for exchanging looks now and then, but other than that, that was it. Nothing special. So it was 2 days before my birthday, and the camp, throughout the months that we were at the camp in the summer, they would throw one big party at the beginning of every month celebrating the birthdays in June, or for example my birthday in July. So after we all heard that the party was about to go on 2 days before my birthday, Devin asked me if I would go with him. So of course I say yes, because I'm not going with anybody else. So fast forward 2 days later, the time finally came. I had woken up, I was in a good mood, ready to go and celebrate my birthday. In the morning they called me to like the office so that way they could give me all the gifts that my parents sent to the camp. Got some money, you know, some good stuff. But besides the point, later on the way back from lunch, I'm walking with Devin back to my cabin, and Ethan says, hey, don't forget about tonight, and then winks at me. These boys are ruining everything for me. And then I kind of had to like reassure Devin that everything was fine. He didn't need to worry about a thing. And he was like, okay, fine, whatever, da 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 da. So I get back into the cabin and I start to get ready, and then he meets me at my cabin, and then he's like, Lizzie, do you have the gift? And I turn around and she has this box that he gave her a few hours ago to give to me, but he wanted to give it to me himself, if that makes any sense. So he opens up the box and it is a diamond bracelet. He said that he had his parents send it up to him as soon as he met me, like 30 minutes after. I was like, oh, now I felt bad. Now I felt very, very, very bad. He loves me. Yeah, he said it. I felt bad. I really did. But I mean, this is his fault. Like, we did not talk about anything else except for hooking up. And maybe that we were like low-key boyfriend, girlfriend. That was it. So he's like, I actually want to start dating, and he's like, will you go out with me? I was feeling so bad. I said yes. Yep, I know, my fault. Got myself into this situation. I'm well aware. So I told him I would meet him at 8:15 to walk down to the dance or to the party, and then I decided to confide in Lizzie because I was crapping myself right now. I didn't know what to do. I told her about Ethan and everything like that and how confusing everything was, and then she didn't give me any advice. So we ended up walking up down there to meet them at 8:15 when Ethan comes over and he's like, I want to give you that gift now. So I asked Lizzie to stall Devin just for a little bit. So she says, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Da, 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 da. They all agreed, walked off, and as I turn around, Ethan kisses me and I feel bad. I do, okay, but I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. So yeah, and then we went to the cabin that he was staying in, and we went into the bathroom. We started doing the nasty, and then we heard footsteps outside and voices. This is great. So we literally crawled out the back window of that cabin and we go over to my cabin, which is empty, literally empty. All the girls were already doing their shit, you know, they were already down at the dance and everything, right? Well, we go into my room and we go into the closet, and I make sure to turn all the lights off, right? Because that's just one thing we don't need to happen, is like, you know, somebody realizes the lights are on, they think it's a little bit sus, and then they go in there and they catch me. No, no, no. So I'm thinking we got this in the bag. Him and I are finishing what we started. And then we heard the front door swing open, and we hear Devin, and he's screaming. He's very angry, and he was like, I know you guys are in here, like, come the fuck out right now. And I am like silent. I'm like holding my breath. I'm like not even breathing, not even breathing. Then we saw the shadow of the light switch off. We heard the door close, so we're like, period, we're safe. No, we're not. Because 45 seconds after, when we thought we were good, Devin rips open the closet door. Yeah, yep, rips it open, and he sees what I didn't want him to see. So I start crying and like trying to apologize. Even though it's my fault, like, that this whole thing happened, like, I still felt really bad. Only because I was caught, though. Literally. This is not one of those moments where, you know, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was doing. No, I knew what I was doing. I was only upset because I got caught. Anyways, he pretty much said that he didn't give a fuck and that I was a useless whore. Yep. And that's when he also ripped the bracelet off my wrist, and him and Ethan started like fighting. So Devin gets up and he's like, okay, well, you two should enjoy your last few minutes together before he gets sent back to wherever the fuck he came from. And I knew exactly what that meant. So I was crying. Ethan was panicking, and then he was like, I'm so sorry, like, if anybody like asks you about this, can you just say that like nothing happened, that like Devin's lying? I didn't know what that was gonna do, to be honest, so I was like, all right, whatever, fine, I don't give a fuck. So he started to run to his cabin, and the staff, like the head people, saw him, so they did not believe my story, and he got his visa taken away. They didn't kick me out, but I did have like punishment where I couldn't participate in any of the activities for like a week. After that, camp was not the same, so I decided to withdraw myself, because after everything that happened, Devin and all the boys and some of the girls were just calling me really mean names and spreading way more rumors that weren't even true. Plus, there was nothing left for me there anymore, to be honest. Like, I already came and did what I needed to do, so that was the end of it, period.